You can call it a game, but I call it escape. Building generals to stomp your face like Scipio, Simeon the Great, William Marshall.
Hey everybody, welcome back to EvonyBites. Today we're going to switch it up a little bit. This is going to be a bit different because you'll notice if you look at my power and all my details here, this is an entirely different account. In one of my last videos I referred to the fact that I started on a new server, the newest server currently, at least last I looked, about 4 days old or something. I started here so that I could do videos of a new account, a new server, and starting out and building our way up to what we see in my other account. So I'll go over a few points here. This might be a slightly long video. I'll try to be as fast as I can. I'm going to brush over some details of what I focus on. If you are someone who can invest in the game and really knows what you're doing, I'll show you what you can do in just 4 days time and how I focus on it and what I do. If you're not someone who can invest heavily financially or doesn't have a lot of understanding, but you have a lot of time, then I'm just on warp speed. Everything you see here will just come a little later instead of quickly like this. But everybody can get something from this. And I started out right on this dude burning some of us because you can see they're trader now. This server decided to go full map for the first week, so we are full map unless you are a monarch name or not in an alliance. But you know, you always got people attacking. Always some good drama and excitement, and this dude came and attacked and got smoked. Anyways, what I want to do here is just show real quickly what I focused on and what I got done here in 4 days. This is my keep here, K30. Let's go inside. All right, I'm going to brush over a couple things. The first thing I'm going to brush over is general choices, of course, in reference to my last account, or my other account, and my other general on my wall. You'll see that I've done the same thing. I didn't use the same general, but I've done the same unusual, weird thing. Godfrey of Bolon, chicken bouillon. Godfrey here, I've decided to put him on my wall. He's increased range troop attack and HP by 40%, and range troop and siege machine defense by 10%. That works really great for me. Very akin to Subutai and how I use him, and I love my odd generals. So I did go ahead and go for him on wall. And of course I'm a defense player, so I've got him kind of, he's what I focused on. I've went ahead and put a dragon set on him, and I somewhat got my refines decent. As much as I'm gonna do them on dragon gear, I would suggest you not put a lot of refining into your dragon gear. I go a little even overboard on that probably than you should. It's not really cheap to even put these refines on dragon gear, but I want to jump out in front really quick, and I want to be able to take anyone's hit, and I believe I can do that on this server. No one's going to be soloing me here without some major pain. I went ahead and put a couple specialties on here, a few books. Still working on those. I don't have any more Archer books, and really that's kind of what I'm wanting to stack him up in. I've got a couple Archer on him now. I don't mind doing some Siege too, because I am going Siege heavy, but I just can't seem to lay 3 in there. I know for those who are thinking, why don't you start with purple books and work your way up? Yeah, I get it. I don't happen to do that. I just place the reds on until I get them, because I get a lot of red books. So I've already got 1 red star on him, you can see, and that is affecting my defense. So he's doing pretty good right out the bat. Now, I put dragon on him. I just got a brand new dragon. I think I got it yesterday. It's level 3. I put a brand new dragon on him because, no, this dragon is not for a wall. It's a defense dragon, for sure. But I like to peel everything I can off at the get-go, and the attributes that he does give me, you can see here, I'll have to switch these refines. I had him on my attack gen. But yeah, I can get some siege and range and stuff that I want out of his refines. This right here is completely wasted. Marching range troop attack. And that does not affect me inside of my city and my wall. But that's okay, I'll eat it. The other things do. See the 6% range troop attack, 6% HP? That does apply in my city. So do these refines. So I put them on there anyway because it's an extra boost for my general. In defense, everything helps here at the first when everybody's racing. I was able to get a hold of Menshikov for the duty on keep officer. That's all I've got right now. Actually, at the moment, I don't know if I'll stick with this or not. It's very odd and interesting, but I'm going to go a little more T-heavy defense because I'm not going to build this account up giant. I'm going to see what I can do staying a little smaller and toy with this T1, but do it my own way. So far, I'm range, siege, T1, cav. And I'm going to go from there. But I'm using Boudica right now as an assist with Godfrey, which is just god-awful weird. But I'm on it. I got Maximilian on a sub. I got Nero on a sub. I got this dude on a sub, which is not really a fighter that I got, and I really don't like Bowie, but I got who I got on subs. I got some debuffs on subs, so that's nice. Charles is who I'm using for an attack. You can see I'm building his dragon set out. I try to just go through initially on refines and just pop on some, so he's got something that helps him out. But initially that's all I do. I don't really jump in too much. I don't have books on him, obviously, because I'm running out of books on my defense general, and you see that I take priority second on my attack gen, as always. I was lucky enough to land Scipio. Of course, I got Matthias on assist. Basil I won't use for anything. I just pop him around for duty or whatever right now. Aurelian I might use. He's my ground gen on the other account. Really like him. Empanada down here, little Mexican snack, empanada. I like him. I may do something with him, probably won't. Palace I'll probably use for siege, and then well, I thought I had teach for some reason, but anyway, Palace is siege. I'll probably keep her around. So I've been able to attain those for generals. I try to keep it focused, sell the generals I don't need. Buildings, obviously it was important to me to get to K30 as quick as I could. Those T12 are kind of where it's at for the first month or so. You can ride out a couple months with them if you build a strong enough account and do it correctly with T12. And then I wanted to get my siege to T12 and my range to T12. I did that. I'm working on getting my ground up there right now so I can supplement those. But if anyone hits me with archers, they're going to have to fight my siege and my archers, so I really don't need the ground right now. In fact, I'm not really sure how I'm going to work them in yet. I may keep those kind of low this time. So primary buildings, obviously I want my research factory, my academy up as high as I could possibly get it. Now I only have it on 29, I can go to 30, but that's okay because all the tech I'm after, for the most part, I'm able to just juice the hell out of, even at 29. As soon as I run out of battle tech, I'll go ahead and kick up to 30 and get the rest of it. But I'll do pretty good on tech in there already. Rally spot. Rally spot, I could go up more. You know, I can only send 450,000 or 430,000 or something like that right now. But right now, that's pretty dang high on day 4. And I'm not that much of an attacker anyway, so I'm not concerned with it. And then all relevant buildings, the buildings I have to get up to get those primary buildings done, I do have done. But just kind of floating around looking at things. Look, I don't even have the fields full, I don't think. No. I mean, I went max army camps this time, which is 10. But I feel like I'm always sitting there smashing out troops, and I'm just tired of that. And for someone like me, I don't really need the resource fields. They don't aggregate to matter too much to me. So I went more army camps this time. Anyway, it's a quick look at buildings. As far as tech goes, what I decided to do was the same thing I always do, and that was screw all the tech that doesn't affect a fight. Unless I have to do it. So you can see that it's just literal garbage over here in advancement. Hell, my other account's probably garbage in advancement. I don't care about it right now. I'll fill it in later. Defense, other than traps, I try to go through here and max this instantly, all of it. I will do the traps, because I do have traps, but they're the least important to me in here. But I try to go through and get everything else up pretty high, pretty dang quick, and I do have all this pretty high, mostly done up to these last in-city ones here, which I'm working on now. Military, I also try to go in and max everything, at least what I'm using. Now, here's a key to tech for me when you're starting out. I don't just go through and do all the tech. If I don't have the ability to use the tech, why would I do it? And then if I've built something that doesn't have tech, I shouldn't have built it. So I build things and the tech in tandem, instead of just doing tech and building things. So I built archers first, so I went out and just did the archer tech, and I just maxed all the archer tech. Now I have the tech and the troops to actually use. It makes sense, and I didn't waste it on anything else. And then when I moved to siege, I went ahead and went in and maxed siege. Did all that first. Now I have actual siege to use the tech, and tech to back the siege. It makes sense. It's a marriage. And then I started working on T1 cav next, so I'm going through and pumping the cav, and ground I'll do last, because I'm going to use it last. So that's how I prioritize that. And I have most of this maxed through here, at least in the way I describe what matters to me. Tech is king. It's not like, this time I chose to do tech. No, every time you better choose to do tech. You're nothing without that tech, so go in and do the tech and worry about the rest later. But to me, I like to build the troops with the tech. I try to plan all my building in unison. So I got most of this done. I got a little more to do on the attack tech, but again, not an attacker, it's second priority to me, so I'll get to that. Medical, I haven't done hardly anything, doesn't matter to me. Initially, I would rather build to win and not lose very much and ignore my hospital than to build to lose and have to recover, if that makes sense. Well, I'm in a position to do that. So my hospital is essentially my army. You know what I mean? I'm just counting on not losing much. And that's been my program a long time. Alliance I haven't even touched. Look at that. Subordinate city, I've barely touched. I mean, just for funsies to go down and hit the in cities right here, which affect your main city. I wanted those done. Recovery, I probably don't have nothing because that's, you know, I just don't need it. It's too insignificant at first. It's so tiny. And then military advance, I've done everything I can, except for a couple ground there because, again, I'm working ground last. But I've done everything that'll let me here at 29 in that one. All right, so that's tech. Obviously, you can see I poured into that, did as much as I could possibly do. Another thing I like to get on as fast as I possibly can. It's really hard at first. It's really hard the whole time, but it's really hard at first to get your champion up. But I did go ahead and get her up to level 6 on day 4. Day 3, technically. And that's helpful because my reinforcement capacity is huge. So I'm already building a nice defense account. So early on, if I get reinforced with the powerful defense account I have, then basically you cannot beat me. Server can't beat me. Probably can't rally me. So that's helpful. Enemy troop, I've got -4 already. In-city troop defense and HP obviously helping me at 5%. So I like to pop in there and get that champion done. Don't forget her. On blazons, I also, if I can, like to get a jump start on that. You can see I've done this in order of priority. I started with range, and I've got range up pretty decent. These stats are working for me pretty well already this early in the game. It's really, really nice to have these sort of increases. They're hard to get this early. Anyway, so I stacked up that archer because that's my primary lean. That's what I'm leaning on right now. I tend to do that at first. It's the safest bet. And then, of course, as I added siege in, I started doing siege. It was a second priority to me. And then I will start doing cav. I'll just make sure I get siege up there pretty decent. And then I'll do the cav. And then obviously last ground. Do not forget those blazons. They're going to help you out big time. Give you some big boosts in there. That's an early thing to jump on and hammer hard. Now, did I go in and build some troops? I did. You can see I've got 83 million, which feels very small when you're starting out. But actually, if we go in here and look, general ranking, I've got Godfrey up there at the top and rank 4 on my attack gen. So I've really pushed hard on those and done well comparatively. I mean, I'll fall behind. Heck, people are going to jump ahead of me. But my momentum's been great. We go into Monarch Power. I'm ranked 2nd at 83. And contending pretty well there. Of course, I'll fall behind. I'm never the biggest. Just showing momentum at first. And here's the troop composition that I began with. Am I comfortable with it? Yes and no. It doesn't look pretty or ratioed. I don't really like anything about the numbers exactly, but being this early on things and looking at what other people have and what generals they have and what they can do, I'm fine. So I don't even mind if anyone on my server is watching this. Well, you know what I got. If you would like to hit it, go for it. You watch any of my other videos, that's why I play. Go ahead and hit that, man. We'll high five afterwards and talk about it, and I'll fix my holes. So about 600,000 T12 archers, 250, 260 T12 siege. And I have a little presence of 11 there. And then I just have a presence of layers right now. It's not really important that I have a lot of those. That ratio's about right for the amount that I have. As long as you have them represented there and you can make it through a number of rounds and not lose any of those tiers, you're good to go. Now I've come in down here at T1 Cav and I have started building some of those. About 2 million so far, which is really miles to go to get where I want to be on this T1, but it's a start for this early. If people send a 200 or 250,000 wave at me, I'm coming close to hitting, the nice cushy spot you want to be at, because it's about a 6-time ratio. However many troops someone hits you with, you need 6 times the T1 to really be effective, minimum. I mean, literally minimum. So, they're hitting you with, say, 1 million troops. Well, you're going to need 6 million T1 to really even affect those, to jump into that and be effective. Otherwise, they just splat. So I have a decent ratio. I put a little bit of traps just to have them in here. I do like traps just because they affect defense, and I don't care. It gives me 0.1% boost to my defense. I'm going to hungrily eat that. The last thing I want to go over, actually, this may seem like a strange one, but it's very important to a new account and a new server, is the alliance you get in. I mean, I've long been one of those loners that stays in a small alliance. A lot of people that know me know this. I'm usually in an alliance with 20 to 30 active people. And I like it small and I like it quiet and everything. But I got to tell you, it's probably not the best for your growth. That's something that more advanced players that can spend money and make really clean decisions without a lot of mistakes can be in a smaller alliance. But you lack big time on the growth and the rallies. So get yourself in a nice, good alliance. But it's not just about going there and milking it. The game is not just about going in and rewarding, because to be honest with you, if you're not having fun, you don't love where you're at, who cares? The point is to enjoy the game. So get an alliance you love, but it also needs to make sense that it helps you and that you can help them. Give something to the alliance, that way everybody else gets to grow and learn off of you, and then also you get to receive, grow, and learn off of them. Find a good, happy home. This is where I just happened to choose to land. And I really like the place. I like everybody. They're very helpful. Super sweet team. Growing really nice and fast. Everybody's asking a lot of questions. And we get to go over a ton of information in here. When a question's asked, I don't know if I can go back in history and even find it. But usually people light up and the answer's answered. As long as people are online, it's answered in depth. And chat in our alliance, or any alliance I'm in anyway, because I'm a nerd, ends up being sort of like EvonyPedia. Like, you ask a question, a simple question like, what's blue? And you get like a 14 section, 18 paragraph answer. Yeah, here, for example, this is the last time a question was asked, right? So, you know, I'm the orange window right there. So someone asks a question, and that's the manner in which I answer. So I try to take this instructional method I'm taking on my YouTube channel here. I do it in chat too. All you got to do is just say it, and I'm like hungrily want to answer the question to the best of my knowledge of how I understand it, and then get some discussion going. And I love to learn and be corrected as well. So anyways, Ebony's just a learning experience. Jump in on a new server. You can actually hit it hard, focus on a couple things. You may think I only went over a few things, and I really kind of did, but to be honest, those are the important things to me initially. In the first week, just bang those things. You know, and you may want to come in focused on bosses, focus on attack, whatever, modify it for you. But just showing you guys on a new server what you do. We'll have some more fun with this and battles in a different set so that more watchers on YouTube can relate and relay that message to their own account. Now I'll have 2 different sizes at 2 different levels at 2 different play styles that I will be able to approach on the channel. So thanks for tuning in, guys. First look at the new server. We'll see you guys next time. And remember, EvonyBites out.